And after that, we'll come back and read out, as it is, so some more headlines. We're going to be here till the end of this program and contribute also your voice to whatever is going on in our country. So now to join Rufai Oseni for his thoughts.
That's one of the biggest stories over the weekend. Apart from the fact that President Tinubu is celebrating the entry of Lebara Mobile into Nigeria, which is an MVNO network, Mobile Virtual Network Operator. They're going to be riding on Precision Telecoms infrastructure and the likes, and the celebrating. But the story we should ask is, despite the fact that over 43 MVNO licenses were given out, why is it that only 2 or 3 of them have been able to start? Even the license given out to Vastnet is the one the Barra is trying to hop on and use. So the capacity of the investment to be able to start is quite a big problem. But let's look at it. As regards Iran, all of this started with Operation IX in 1953 because the Americans wanted to pull out Mosaddegh. Why are they pulling out Mosaddegh? Because they were interested in the oil in Iran. So they finally planted a coup, pull out Mosaddegh, and they put in the Shah. Yes, the Shah tilted towards them, not a Western ideology and all of that. And the Shah continued his reign for a while before what happened next? There was an Iranian revolution. Pretty much people are got fed up of the Shah, and we had stayed and overstayed his welcome. We had protests in the country, and while the government fell, the Shah ran away because of the problems in Iran. Khomeini just walked in fact, I think they had been on exile somewhere around France or something, or Europe, when the Shah government fell. So he just walked in and took over. We don't know what happened, and so tonight the Iranian Revolution and the Contra affair, where people were taking, the embassy situation, American hostages, that led to the ouster of the President of America, then Jimmy Carter, and all of that happened. Reagan came in, things didn't pretty much change. Then Iran started to develop most of the architecture and infrastructure around nuclear weapons that America had given them the leeway to do under the Shah. And in case you do not know, Iran and Israel used to be very close allies when the Shah was still living, because obviously America and Israel shared good relationship, and Iran obviously shared good relationship with America, so Iran and Israel were very good allies. Until all of this happened, now that lots of enemies because of the Islamic governments, with their Ayatollahs. There's been talks about the way Iran is set up. So there are many layers of authority. With the Iranians fight on, will America be able to bring Reza Pahlavi, which was the son of the former Shah, in? What will be lots of that region? There's still going to be a lot of chaos. There's still going to be a lot of strife in the coming days, and the situation is still very fluid. But I think we're going to see maybe the attack by the Americans will continue. I mean, all of that we'll see and talk about more in the coming days. And these are things we're going to be. When a minister will be sexualizing a serving senator, and he thinks it's funny, and the next day they'll be showing a woman that she my kind of person that will make allegations against me and I'm chasing her for over 12 years. But that doesn't address the borough protection which the woman has released some evidence, showing the fact that there is interaction amongst you. So we like that matter to be looked into. It's not fair for a level of high-handedness to go on. And I think a lot of women groups will come out at Umari and tell him the truth and tell him off. You can't be sexualizing with seven senators, even someone like Natasha Akpeti that is. And I'm sure if we talk about this now, his response will be, hey, I'm just appreciating her because she's a beautiful woman. But that's you're sexualizing her. What brings her into this subject matter? I don't know why our leaders behave like this. They lack a level of accountability. And that's the high-level things that pervades the air in this country. And these are the things we continue to speak up for. These are the injustices that pervades the air in this country. And if we don't speak up, it will happen to a lot of people, it will happen to other people out there. So please, let us do it right. Let us do it better. So we can have live better lives. And these are the things we keep looking at every single time. Please. Nigeria is still looking at the situation and they're calling on other Nigerians in these areas, in Middle Eastern countries where we are having war and chaos. I mean, we have seen lots of videos making around of Nigerians, having bombs fly over their homes, having bombs fly over their property and the likes. I mean, very sad one. And the final burial ceremony service will start this week for brothers of BJ Full. Blessed memory. I mean, I had a chance to be with his kids just one weekend. And the burial ceremony will be done by the way of achievement and other activities. You need to send this great intellectual former Harvard professor, former president of ASU home. And we need to recognize him for all of his impact in society and national development. So we keep looking at all these things. I will keep looking at most of these stories making the rounds. So most stories are still making the rounds. We're still going to be, dipping in and out of the Iran war that is currently going on. But before then, some more local stories. Aso Rockville has come out to deny that there was no any poisoning attempt. There some people have been trying to paint a story that there was a poisoning attempt on the villa and the likes. It's a very sad story, at this point in time, owing to the fact of things that have happened recently. And also to the fact that people have been coming to the villa, to break fast and all of that. So any story about a poison attempt starts to scare a lot of people. But we are happy that Aso Rock Villa has said that there was no poison attempt and nothing of such transpired. Another story that I would like to talk about is the spate of kidnapping. There is a young farm manager that shared the story about his ordeal and what he faced. He was kidnapped in October, spent how many days? Over 30 days there. In fact, the farm, he said, was owned by the Ekiti state governor, but was run by a woman. And he said the shocking thing is that when he was kidnapped and he called the owners of the farm, the woman that he gave the ransom to kept the money for herself while he was kidnapped. They paid her 52 million naira to pay as ransom. She only brought out 2 million naira. And one wonders what level of inhumanity to each other that we do to ourselves in this country. And you see, that's why if they try to explain Nigeria to you, you will not understand. That's like I was telling somebody the other day. President Tinubu's wife went to Delta. See the level of convoy in a country where only 36 million was given to health for capital projects. Only 36 million. So how can they give money to somebody and say, okay, help rescue the life of somebody that was kidnapped, and the person takes the money, quaffs the money, ensures it doesn't get to the person, while the person is a kidnapper's dead. And in this same country now we call God pass. So you can see the dilemma. And these are the things that happen in this country that sadden all of us. So as we are in a new month, I just pray that a new renewed mindset will be upon of all of us. A renewed mindset of doing things right. Because you see, a lot of us do not do things right. A lot of us have innate evil in our minds. And that's why this politician will just make a joke of all of us. A lot of us have a heart of wickedness. I mean, how can they give you money? So you want to secure the release of your members of staff who were kidnapped, and you, as a individual, took the money and kept for yourself. These are the things that are happening in this country. Abbas is trying to justify why they quickly passed the electoral bill. See, the National Assembly should know that they have no justification. What they did was counterproductive and counter-developmental in Nigeria. All the empirical data has shown strongly that actually you do not need to worry about network or anything. All the data set work has been done that shows that you do not need to worry about network or anything, that the transmission can be done in record time. But when people still go ahead and do things for their own selfish benefit, then it's a sad occurrence. It's a sad reality to what transpires in the country. So we just need to keep holding these our leaders accountable and telling them when they are wrong. Right? There's no how the National Assembly want to say or what to do. They have failed Nigerians in their outlook concerning what they did by passing that electoral law. They are more concerned about the interests of the president, which, when you look at it, power is transient. So it is sad. It is sad what transpired. But we'll keep calling them out. We'll keep calling them to account. We'll keep ensuring that they do what is right. Because if they don't do what is right, it's not going to be good for all of us. We keep calling them to account. We keep saying it the way it is. And we keep ensuring that they do the needful for the Nigerian people. I mean, these are some of the things that we just ask. You see, making this country great It is not a big ask. It's just that people are not ready. People are not ready. People are not ready to do the right thing. They are so concerned about their own selfish desires, own selfishness, that it consumes them any way, shape, or form, and it heralds their lifestyle. And you see, the world has enough to meet human need, not human greed. Once you start to put your greed ahead of everything, then society starts to crumble, and that's exactly what is killing Nigeria. We have too many leaders that are concerned about their own personal greed. And for them, it's their personal greed or nothing. If their personal greed is not met, then society cannot. But you don't live life that way. You live life by catering to others. Others need. So once you don't do that, it becomes problematic. And that's what's killing Nigeria. This country is a great and a blessed country, but greed, a lot of personal greed here and there, a lot of selfish thinking, people only thinking about themselves and themselves only, is a bane and is what destroys us. This country can be great, but people have to stand tall and make it greater. I just hope that we open our eyes to ensure that we make it greater this year and this time around.
Your voice.
Fuel subsidies removed.
My voice. Our voices must be heard.
Problem here as far as I'm concerned, is not helping the society because the way things are going now, everything has gone up.
For current news and daily updates, trends and vibes, vital information and more. Tune in daily to the best radio station. VOP, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos. Now you have a voice. Speak up.
I'd like to thank Rufai Husseini for his thoughts this morning. You're still listening to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. And my name is Nyamgul Agaji. This is Frontpage Review. We've heard what Rufai thinks about the headlines. And let me just remind you some of the headlines that he may not have covered and some that you may just need to hear once again. On the Punch newspaper, we have 2027 polls won't be 100% perfect. That's according to INEC chairman. He's saying that he assured Nigerians that the commission has the capacity to electronically transmit election results in 2027, but he cautioned that it may not be able to guarantee a 100% perfect election. He spoke yesterday at the Citizens Town Hall program aired on major television networks and tagged Electoral Act 2026, what it means for your votes and the 2027 election. So he has already told us that it may not be 100%. Anyway, nothing ever is 100%, so maybe that is what he actually means. Now, Iran strike fallout. Shiite protests erupt in the north. Shiite protests erupt in the north. This is a very surprising thing. We know that the affiliation between the supreme leader in Iran and the Shiite movement here in Nigeria is strong. But I would have loved a situation where, because of the killings that go on every day in the north, that people like this, groups like this come out to protest and say, you know what, our members are being killed, our people are being killed, so let us not allow this to continue. But we've not seen that so far. But now, the members of the Islamic movement in Nigeria, IMN, popularly known as the Shiite, led by Ibrahim El-Zakzaki, yesterday protested in Gombe, Niger, Kano, Bauchi, Yobe, and Sokoto states over the killing of Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah El Khamenei. And I'm just asking myself, does it mean that the lives of the people who die here in Nigeria in their communities do not matter? Anyway, they're protesting that they shouldn't have killed their supreme leader. Now, on the Vanguard newspaper, we see U.S. Israel wipe out Iran's top military brass. You can find that story and know who else was killed alongside Khamenei. Presidency reacts to Tinubu's poisoning allegation. There's been news that there was an attempted poisoning. There was an attempt to poison the food of Tinubu, the president, and the presidency has denied it. I hope that it is true, because a lot of Nigerians are, taking it with a pinch of salt, just asking themselves, was it not the same presidency that said there was nothing like a coup? And now people are being taken into custody because of a coup that never happened. We hope that this kind of a thing does not happen, because no matter how many times we may talk about the president that is not doing well, is this and that, we don't want our president to be poisoned. No, that's not what we want. Nobody should do that. And you know what? If that happens and it succeeds, it will now become a norm in Nigeria. Okay, president, I don't like this president, you look for a way, poison the president. That's not what we want in Nassau Rock. No. We might call out the president every moment of our lives, but that's not what we wish for our president. He's still our president, and whoever sits there, tomorrow it may be the turn of who you love, and we don't want this to ever be something that will enter Sorok. So whatever needs to be done should be done. Whether it's true or not, I think security around things like this should be tightened very much. So we wish our president well, and we hope this is just a lie. And even if it's not a lie, we hope that something decisive will be done. So on the Sun newspaper, we have 2027. We may not be able to deliver perfect poll. That's according to INEC chairman. We've already said that, so it's carried by almost every newspaper. He has told us that 2027 might possibly go. Lagos residents groan as tenants pay millions for substandard housing. And this is a matter we should be talking about even more often than we say, more seriously, more aggressively than we've been talking about right now. Houses, rents in Lagos, it's something, and the worst part is some people were living in Lagos. After a while, they found out that they could not cope anymore, and they moved to the outskirts of Lagos in the neighboring state of Ogun. Now, the people who are running away from Lagos and going to Ogun State are making the Ogun State landlords also raise their rents in a terrible way, because you may be running from a SEFCON, what we call in Nigeria a SEFCON, here in Lagos, that they're charging you 1.2, 1.5 million for that SEFCON, and you get to Ogun State and someone is telling you pay 800,000, and you say, okay, this is very good. Compared to what we are facing in Lagos, this is very good. Meanwhile, the people who were living in Ogun State were maybe paying like 300 or top 400. Some places were even paying 250. But you're coming with that mentality from Lagos, and landlords will become wiser. That's how it is. We're not saying they shouldn't be wise enough, but the government should do something about these rents. Otherwise, I tell you, there will come a time all of us will be living under the bridge, and I don't know what that will do for security in Lagos, Ogun State, and other places. In fact, if we had working rail lines that you would be sure will be moving every morning, some people could have lived as far as Abeokuta or Ibadan. Things are becoming crazy, and unless something is done, well, it's not enough for people to say Lagos is a metropolitan, a cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan needs people to live there. You can't just make every place unaffordable for everybody else apart from the elites. So it's going to be a problem unless something is done about it. So rents, people are complaining. Now, Iran is saying we will not negotiate with U.S. Trump started it. So Iran is saying they're talking tough. So they're bombing all interests of America near them. And we don't know how that is going to end. And it is also entering Nigeria, even though we are so many kilometers away from Iran. There might be unrest in Nigeria, and that's the reason IG has put the police command on red alert. The Inspector General of Police Tunji Disu has put state commands on red alert to prevent worsening internal challenges. And he said, and I agree with him, that some people may want to take advantage of the global unrest to foment more trouble in Nigeria. ICPC recovers wiretapping equipment from El Rufai. Wow. So this is true. Okay. I have so many things to say about this, but ICPC recovers wiretapping equipment from El Rufai. Good one. Primaries. Parties must operate transparently, says Amok Piton. So if you are concerned, be sure you're transparent enough so that you don't get your primaries annulled or something. And then finally, INEC plans mock presidential poll as Abbas defends hybrid result transmission. So these are some of the headlines. Some were addressed by Rufai and some were not. But we are lucky to have in the house already joining us Dr. Peter Nosike. He's here to talk with us. Good morning. And
good morning, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just start with INEC. INEC is telling us they may not be able to transmit 100% of the results. Not transmit. They may not be able to conduct an election that will be 100% perfect in 2026. 2027, sorry.
Well, last week, former director of INEC, Festus Okoye, told Nigerians that every Pundi unit has a power bank and a transmission mode. Understand? Which means they can transmit results from all the polling units in the country. Understand me? But the issue of conducting 100% that's election. It is good that they admit, understand? But Jega and Mahmoud did not even conduct up to 15%. Understand me? So Jega, Atahiru Jega and Mahmoud did not even conduct up to 15%. So even if this Amopito conducts up to 25, understand? I will give him a pass mark. But from all indications, his election is going to go the way of Mahmoud Yakub.
Okay, well, these are some of the points he raised. That BVAS was not nationally tested before 2023 poll. And he assured that 2023 glitch has been fixed ahead of 2027.
There was no glitch in 2023. It was human manipulation. There was nothing like that in 2023. The votes were not going the way they had wanted it. And they switched something off. 3 elections were going on simultaneously. House of Reps, Senate, and the presidential election, which is the most important. Understand me? And it is that one that was affected. Why? And it is the same people that are voting. Because in every ballot paper, understand, you vote 3 times: Senate, House of Reps, and the presidency. So they just manufactured that to deceive those who they think that they can deceive. But most Nigerians did not believe them. That's the truth.
Okay, the Speaker Abbas is saying e-transmission may disenfranchise 40% voters, and it cites poor internet access and power challenges.
But Festus Okoye has
debunked that.
Then the telecom companies have also come out to say that they have capacity to transmit elections. So Abbas shouldn't be speaking for INEC and for the telecom companies. The responsibility of the National Assembly is to make laws only. Understand me? The telecom companies have said yes, we have capacity. First, Sokoye has come out to say that INEC has capacity. That every polling unit has a power bank and the transmission equipment.
Did he say they just had it? They just acquired it now? Because if those things were present, that means they were present in 2023.
He was talking about 2023, but for me, Festus Okoye, that has been my friend for more than 20 years, but he is one of those that deceived Nigerians. Understand me? In 2023, because all the things that he was the INEC spokesperson then, 90% of the things, of the promises that he told Nigerians that they are going to do, they never did any. Understand me? So I was even wondering why he's now coming out to to say this. Maybe what they had promised him, they did not give it to him, and so on and so forth. You know, his guy had been appointed as ambassador, and nothing was given to him. And you know, most Nigerians complain when something is not benefiting them.
Okay, civil society is rejecting or they're faulting the Electoral Act 2026 and they're seeking amendment. So is that possible by law? After the amendment, with the time frame that we have and all that, do you think it's possible to amend?
Nothing is cast in stone. They can go to court to seek for redress. That's the most important thing now. Going to court to seek for redress. That this is not well done. Understand me? So the INEC date is not cast in stone. It can be postponed. Understand me? It can be postponed.
Okay. Another problem is that the Independent Electoral Commission is saying that digital membership registers of political parties must be made available on the 2nd, on or before the 2nd of April 2026. And some parties, especially the ADC, are kicking against that date.
Well, mind you that one, Amupeto is playing a script. Understand? APC, All Progressive Congress, started their own in 2025. Understand me? APC started 2025. Up till now, they has not finished. They are still doing it. That's EM registration.
Yeah.
So now, if APC cannot do it in a whole year, they now want the other parties to do it in 32 days. How this is it possible?
So which means like people who have maybe last minute decision to join another political party after April 2, it will be just unnecessary.
That's like I said, nothing is cast in stone. Understand me? They have given their own. They say they gave 32 days, but ADC can still go to court and say that this should be extended. Understand me? ADC can still go to court and say this should be extended, even though that the president has signed the Electoral Act into law. People can still go to court and seek for redress. This is not well done. Understand me? And So nothing at all is cast in stone.
Okay, let's move to internal security. ICPC recovers wiretapping equipment from El Rufai. When I saw that, a lot of things ran through my mind, but let me hear what you think about that.
Well, El Rufai that is in court, and everything, and a suspect is only guilty when a court says so. Understand me? If a suspect is only guilty when the court says so. So for me, everything is still a negation. And again, me as an individual have never believed the EFCC, ICPC, Nigeria Police, DSS. I have never believed them. Understand me? They can plant that thing in El Rufai's house. Understand me? They can plant that thing in El Rufai's house. Because if El Rufai has that in his house, and he knew that that these guys can go there to search his house, he will send people go and take that thing out.
Now, my I was just asking myself, the fact that they took this comment from El Rufai seriously, does it mean that what he said was true? Because if he has, according to them, the wiretapping equipment, and he made allegations, is this not an admission of the fact that this thing he said may have been true? Are they not indicting themselves by trying to implicate him, even if they planted that in his house?
One, or there's a mission. Understand me? One, you must deal with him, because right now he is being seen as a renegade, a political turncoat. Understand me? So the issue is one, that to deal with him and send message to those in APC who may want to come to the opposition. See what is going to happen to you. Understand me? That's if you cross over the way Manabi crossed over and the way El Rufai crossed over. Understand me? So the issue is this. Up to last year, El Rufai was a very good boy. Understand me? El Rufai was among those that Boname Tinubu took to Chatham House. Understand? And if they are not friends, there's no way Tinubu would have taken him there. El Rufai went to court during this Naira scarcity thing. Understand? That's to say that it was programmed against Tinubu's ambition. El Rufai was one of those that insisted that power should go to the south in 2023. Yeah. Understand me? So all those times he was a good boy until he crossed over. Okay, if he has a wire tapping equipment, when did he procure it? Was it just under this Tinubu's administration, or maybe if he used it under Jonathan's administration, it would have been accepted, isn't it? So for me, this is an allegation until proven otherwise.
Okay, still on internal security, because I'd call this internal security. Presidency reacts to Tinubu's poisoning allegation. There was news that there was an attempt on the life of the president, poisoning his food or something, and the president is saying it never happened. And Nigerians are asking, was that not how the coup never happened? What do you think?
Well, for me, I don't know when this thing happened. Sincerely, between Saturday and today, I didn't listen to anything Nigeria. My focus was on Iran. What is happening in Iran? But the truth is that I don't wish anybody dead. Nobody should kill anybody. Nobody should kill. Nobody should kill any body. Tinubu became president in 2023. Let him finish his the assignment that he brought on himself. Understand me? Let him finish the assignment that he brought on himself. So for me, they shouldn't do that. But there are ways of avoiding this. Hitler has about 31 people testing his food. Adolf Hitler has 31 people that must first of all test that food before he will eat it.
What now will be left for him to eat?
Understand me?
Oh dear God.
So if you are a leader, you must be careful.
Yeah.
You must be very, very careful. So even anywhere Putin is going, Putin doesn't excrete outside. Understand me? That's they carry a pole, if he is traveling out of his country, Russia. So if he feels like going to toilet, he will do it inside that pool, and they will take it back to Russia. Understand me? Because he doesn't want other country that he went to analyzing his excreta to know the kind of maybe diseases he is suffering from. Understand me? And what killed Abacha? They know the drug that he was taking, and the drug was poisoned all the way from India. So when people are talking of apple or no apple, that he ate apple, he didn't eat apple, it's a lie. So these people will want to know the kind of medicine that you drink, what you are suffering from. Understand? So for me, I'm not aware of this story, but Tinubu should be very, very careful of the food that he eats. Understand me? Because a lot of people want his position. Understand me? A lot of people want his position. A lot of people,
even within the APC.
If they ask you to go and become Nigeria president now, would you say no? So a lot of people want his position, so he should be very, very careful.
Well, I don't know if I'll accept it, because uneasy lies the head that wears the crown just took a new dimension from all this. We're walking around with poo.
Sure.
So it's, well.
So you don't give, let me tell you, if a wife of a president wants to give birth, the kind of things that come into it, you will think that it is a queue. Understand? Because they will tell you that she is going abroad, so and so things. Somebody may be sent abroad. Understand me? So as they are focusing on whoever is abroad, the woman will deliver in the country. Understand me? So to make sure that everything is protected. So for me, I don't want Tinubu dead. Let him finish his tenure. He should be very, very careful of what he eats and what he drinks. Because no matter any position you are in, more than 1,000 people are interested in that position. So you have to protect yourself.
Okay, you said you were concentrating on Iran. From all that you have seen and heard, how do you think that might affect Nigeria? Let's tie that to maybe Shiite Shiite protests that has erupted in very many of the northern states and all that. So add that to whatever answer you're going to.
Well, for me, one thing, just like I told you, I don't believe in nation newspaper. Any story I see in nation newspaper, I don't believe it. And I know like cross-checking whatever I'm doing. So I was watching Al Jazeera, watching CNN. Al Jazeera never show picture of people celebrating in Iran. Al Jazeera never show pictures of people celebrating in Iran. They're just showing us pictures of people crying. But CNN was showing us that a lot of people celebrated the man's death. Understand me? And also a lot of people were also mourning his death. Understand me? So the issue is this: if they are protesting, and I also read that Sheikh Gumi celebrated his death.
But in a different way. Because the statement quoted to him was that Gumi said the man is lucky, he died in matter, so he's going straight to heaven.
Okay, and maybe they have given him 72 virgins.
Maybe, I don't know.
They must have given him 72 virgins. So the issue is,
but are statements like that not strong enough for Gumi to be a person of interest? Because there's been making a lot of statements, and if the reason for the killing of the man was linked to terrorism and all that, and Gumi is saying that he died in a jihad. He died in a jihad.
He is now Martin Luther King. Understand me? Fighting for the interest of the people. Understand me? That's Sheikh Gumi's own interpretation. Understand me? Which means he died. That's as a matter, and Allah is going to accept his soul. Understand? But those who have been following what is going on in Iran should know what that man has done since 1979. The atrocities that he has committed since 1979. But my concern is this: those who are protesting, understand, they should just do it without destroying properties. Understand me? They should do it without harming other people. It must not turn to violence. Understand? Because it is not people in Nigeria that killed him. Understand me? It is not people in Nigeria that killed him. So no property should be destroyed. No shop should be burnt. Understand? So
but it surprises me that with all the killings going on in Nigeria, we've not seen protests from groups like this until someone was killed in faraway Iran. No matter the religious ties and all that, protests of a full sect of the full sect of Islam, full sect of the Muslim community, protesting because someone was killed up there. What about the people who are killed in Nigeria? Is it that they don't matter or what?
So that's well, for me, it is their right. Understand? It is their right that to protest, maybe show sympathy, show solidarity, but people were celebrating in Iran.
Nigeria were protesting, in Iran they were celebrating. That's the irony.
People were celebrating in Iran.
But is this the start of a third world war? Because Iran is saying they will not negotiate. It's like they're not backing down even with the death of the supreme leader.
And they are going to be crushed. Understand me? They are going to be crushed. Because in war, three things come into it. If you are weak, you surrender. Understand me? If you are weak, If you are weak, you surrender. If you are equal, you negotiate. Understand me? So, but if you have advantage, you crush your enemy. So, three things: surrender, negotiate, crush. Understand? Iran is of no match to America.
Worst of all is that they are being threatened also by the countries.
Kuwait,
UAE, and all that.
So what they want to do is just to involve that to have a kind of a regional conflict. That's let the Middle East born. But they are wise now. Even Saudi Arabia is threatening to join Israel in this war. But for me, they will do what they will do. They will be crushed at the end of the day. Okay. So it pays them to surrender now.
Okay, there's something we don't talk much about, and there's a report this morning. Lagos residents groan as tenants pay millions of for substandard housing. Now, I don't know if there's anything in law that covers the amount you can raise, the percentage you can raise for your tenants in any given year, in any given period, because this is crazy. Apart from the fact that the rents are outrageous, almost every year tenants, landlords come out and then they raise the rents to more than 100%. So if you're paying 300, you're expected to pay in some cases 700 or 800, as the case may be. So I don't know if it is because we're not talking much about this, and what can be done about it.
Well, the issue is this: there's no price control board in Nigeria. Understand me? There's no regulatory association that's for the houses in the country. Understand? So landlords charge whatever comes to their mind. A house that was built in 1960, they will tell you that the price of cement has gone high. Understand? Therefore, they are going to increase because one, nobody is regulating them. The same way, a bus conductor can just come, rain is falling, he will see many people that's at the bus stop, he would increase fare. Understand me? Because this is a country. Nigeria is like Somalia. Anybody can do what he wants. There's no control. There's no regulation. Understand? So landlords do whatever they feel. So, but government need to come in and protect other people. Understand? Government need to come in and protect other people, because wages are not increasing. Understand me? Economy is not doing well. Landlords are increasing rents. Where do they expect the landlords that to get money?
The tenants
that to get money and pay. Somebody was telling me yesterday that he was thrown out of where he is staying. Understand? Because that's Amakoko or whatever. I didn't really get the distinct name, because they were paying 300. The landlord now make it 650. That the houses around here is now 650. Amakoko should be Ajegunle area.
I have no idea.
I don't know if I'm getting the pronunciation well. Understand me? So that the houses around here is now 600. That his own tenant should be paying what others are paying. Meanwhile, his own is an old house. So those who are charging that 600 are those who built their house newly. Understand me?
But even if the government cannot provide housing and all that, can't they start with eliminating? I mean, this by doing something that will take away the agents from the picture, because most of these things happen because of the agents. The agents are the ones that make sure that these landlords do what they do. I have a practical example. There is a house, very small room, that the landlord said, okay, even though he has renovated, because the rooms are small, they were bigger, he now cut them, partitioned them and all that, and said that, okay, he was going to keep that for 250. And then somebody that I know filled a form and did everything with the agent, and he was supposed to park in. Just when he was supposed to park in, maybe like the next 2 days or so, the agent called and said, there's somebody who has accepted to pay 400. This person came from Lagos because he had accommodation problems in Lagos, and the place they were asking him to pay a very great amount was not even as good as this one. So he came here and said, 400 is very nice, and then he was ready to pay. That's how that person lost that accommodation. And the landlord said 250. The agent said, I can find somebody of 400.
Which means the landlord is also greedy. The landlord is also wicked. Understand me? Because if you say this is what I want for my house, there's no way the agent will change it. Understand me? So the landlord is. I know that agents are instrumental. Agents go around telling house owners, this is what people are now paying. No, this is what people are now paying. But if you don't want it, you say no. If you don't want it, you say no. Why this thing is happening? One is because government is not contributing to individuals building their houses. As of last week, cement was a bag of 50 kg cement was going for 11,000 naira. Understand me? A bag of cement was going for 11,000 naira. So after building this, they must charge high. After building this, they must charge high to recover their money. And you know, no matter all the house that you built, you cannot recover that money in 10 years. Understand me? No matter all the house that you built, you cannot recover your money in 10 years. Understand?
It's scary.
So
where our children will be living, I don't know.
So this is an agreement between landlords and the agents. So if landlords don't want it, because landlords do their own meetings, they have landlord association meetings. Understand me? So if they are good, they can influence the agents. We shouldn't be exploiting people. So landlords are now agents to exploit tenants, and that's the truth. So we cannot remove a landlord from this. And I feel government should also look into it, assuming we have a government that really cares for the people.
Even the ones we call face me, I face you, I'm not sure you still have the one that goes for money that a minimum wage earner can afford.
But the thing is this: you are not supposed that to use more than 1/3 of your annual income on rent. Understand me? You are not supposed to use, for instance, if you are earning 300,000 naira a month, understand? You are not supposed to live in a house where you'll be paying 1 million. Because you can only pay that first one. Understand me? And that first one that you are going to pay, you must have saved that money for 2-3 years. So paying next one, there will not be enough time to save to pay. That's why when people pay the first rent with agents and agreement, paying the other one become a problem. Understand me? So, but if there are government housing units, understand? I think if government is building houses, they can now say this is what you should be paying. But
in all the places I've seen the government build houses, they still cannot be affordable, because they will keep the price of these units of housing so high that a regular civil servant cannot buy it.
Let me give you an instance. In 2004, I was covering property that's for the Sun newspaper. That was under Obasanjo. Oshoba was Mojishona was the housing minister at that time. So Obasanjo was building houses for the poor. Understand? Obasanjo government was building houses for the poor. Then when a section was completed, the woman organized a press conference, and the journalists that attended, understand, the woman was boasting that they are building houses for the poor. So after she had read her speech, I now asked that it comes to question time. I said, excuse me, ma'am, how much is this houses for the poor? The woman said 7 million naira. 2004. I was shocked. Everybody was shocked. Understand? So I said, but excuse me, ma'am, where will poor Nigerians get 7 million to pay for the houses? The woman was shocked. The woman said, are we so poor that we cannot pay houses of 7 million?
She's out of touch. Out of touch.
That's all.
7 million in 2004.
That time, 7 million was equal to $53,000. The woman was shocked. She said, are we so poor that we cannot pay houses of 7 million?
In the experience I had was with another government in another state, and they were in 2012. They were putting the units at 15 million, and the exchange rate at that time was 158 naira to a dollar.
That should be under Jonathan's administration.
Yeah, so to a dollar, 158 naira. So you can imagine how much 15 million was.
And what's the minimum wage at that time?
At that time, minimum wage.
Understand me? So for you to know that these people in government, they live in a different world.
It's terrible. I hope that it wouldn't get to a time where, like I was saying, everybody might just need to go and live under the bridge, and that will cause a security problem, because even from Lagos to Ogun State now, and I don't know where else that people will run to, because it's the same thing that is creeping into Ogun State now.
A lot of people who cannot pay house rent in Lagos are now shifting to Ogun State.
And they're carrying the Lagos mentality to Ogun State that was at least cheap.
Before, even people used to go to Akute. Akute is no more affordable.
Oh.
Akute is no more affordable.
Mowe is no more affordable as we speak. So maybe they will go beyond Mowe to Shagam. I don't know.
Or even Ibadan. From Ibadan, begin that to come work.
If we had a good rail line, maybe it would have been possible.
Sure. Because in America, New Jersey to New York is like Lagos and Abeokuta. Understand? And most of the people that are working in New York come from New Jersey. Understand me? A lot of people working in New York come from New Jersey. Understand? Because that's a very good transport system. 1 hour, 30 minutes from New Jersey, you are in New York.
Okay, well, I hope the government does something about it. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Anusike, for your time this morning. Just call out your number for people who might want to get your book, because we passed that time a long time ago, so that we...
those who need my books, maybe abuse of power, how democracy turned into tyranny of the few, Dangote 10 comments on money, how to become all the best you can be. And don't call, send message to 080 35 77 92 30. 080 35 77 92 30. Don't call, send messages. The other time I said it on radio, before I went there, I saw about 22 missed calls. I wonder how I will begin that to call back. So don't call. Send message to 080 35 77 92 30. Just say, I am interested in the book. Send message, don't call, because I'm in the studio now. My phone is not with me. So send message, send WhatsApp message. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Okay, we've been listening to Dr. Peter Anosike talk on the headlines, and it's time to hear you talk as well. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. You can also call 080 36 929933 080 36 929933. And if you want to send us a message on WhatsApp, it's 081 7175 6338 081 7175 6338. Send us that message or give us that call. We are open. Hello.
Morning, Nambu.
Good morning to
My
you.
name is Robert.
Okay,
From
Robert.
my papa, Dr. Amozike. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Nambu,
Yes, sir.
the INEC chairman says he cannot guarantee free and fair election. That means is indirectly telling Nigeria that the election might, I use the word might to underline, might be rigged. You understand?
That is not what
That
he
is
said.
just the meaning.
That's not what
You
he
should not confuse us with English language here. If somebody say, I cannot guarantee you free and fair election, it means the election might be rigged. You understand? And it's very, that statement is unpleasant of him. He has dashed money. He want to dash people's hope. How can you have not started work and you are giving us a very bad sign? I mean, it's not supposed to be so. You should have, if I were him, I would try my best and see what I can do. You understand? Considering what the wrong impression Nigeria have about INEC. That's for INEC. This Iran war, my brother, some Shiite members were coming. I saw them protesting in Sokoto on the TV. What concerns Iran war and Nigeria? How does it affect us? America, Iran versus Israel. How does that they are killing the world. Okay, what about the Lakurawas and these terrorists that are killing people in the, why can't they come on the street and protest? Why can't they come outside and protest? The way some people busy sometimes, you yourself, you will be thinking that, is it a mistake that I find myself here in Nigeria? My brother, let me not waste other people's time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. To be fair to Amokutan, he assured Nigerians that the Commission has the capacity to electronically transmit election results in 2027. The only caution was that it may not be able to guarantee a 100% perfect election, which is understandable. It's just that it's because of the history we have with INEC that we'll be afraid that he's just giving us, he's just forewarning us that the election might be compromised. But he didn't say he cannot promise free and fair election. He said it cannot promise a 100% election. So there's nobody that can promise 100%. I'm not sure any country can promise 100%. There may be some problems here and there that will happen, but we're just saying that let Nigerians see the election to be free, fair, and credible, and whatever challenges they face, Nigerians will understand. But he didn't say he cannot promise free and fair election. That's not what he said. Some words are weightier if you use them. So if you exchange some words for others, it might just taint the meaning. That's not what Amokutan said. So don't be afraid. still go out, do what you're supposed to do, and God will help us. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, my name is Chukuma.
Okay.
I'm calling from Elasa.
Chukuma, go ahead.
Yes. What we are saying here, when a senator stood on the Senate floor and said they will never debate or amend Sharia law embedded in our constitution, and every one of us in Nigeria kept quiet. You see, that's why we're saying constitution is not our making. We didn't know anything about constitution because nobody asked us, this is going to be, this is going to be. Before you say this is a bylaw or something that binds you, constitution that you follow. The man stood up and said, Senate cannot discuss it or even amend it. What does it mean by that? Now, another one is this. Something is happening in Iran. Somebody is demonstrating here. And here, the same thing. This is what is killing people here. Every day, people will die. You go to church, somebody will come and shoot you inside the church where you never think you go with knife or go with bow and arrow. And then government is keeping quiet. Now, somebody is demonstrating. Nobody has tear gas them. Nobody has done anything to these people. Okay, what are they telling us? That you will either be Islamized or you will die. And this is what America is saying. Why are you forcing people to do something? And this is something that Iran is doing. This morning I was hearing where Trump is saying that he will not go back. They are ready. Now you are demonstrating in Nigeria. When they said Iran cannot produce nuclear heads, are we listening to this news? That what they did in Iran is will bring up what is happening in Nigeria. When you are forcing people to Islamize, please release Nnamdi Kanu. He said these things. Release this guy. It did not do anything. And if possible, allow Biafra to go, allow Igbos to go, for God's sake. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My fear is, I hope that this doesn't draw the attention of America to say that Nigerians are supporting whatever Iran was doing or is doing. Because if you protest that those so-called leaders have been killed, that means you supported whatever they were doing. And if you support the things that they were doing, it means you are also, guilty, as it were. So for the rest of Nigerians who may not have that kind of thinking, I hope that it will not bring the wrath of a superpower that is more than us in everything to begin to focus on us and deal with us, all the people who are guilty and the people who are not guilty, because all of us will suffer at the end of the day. That's my only fear. So they're protesting now that America should never have killed Ayatollah. If they felt that he was evil, anybody who is protesting against his death, it means that you are evil as well, or you liked it, or you were supporting it, and that is dangerous for us as far as I'm concerned. Hello, good morning. Okay, good morning. Yes, sir. It's fine. Good morning. Same to you, my brother. Mm.
And I know that if they deal with this gentleman properly, we will still talk more. He said he had a lot of documents to pursue this so-called government power. So we should allow him to pass out and see what will happen at the end of the day. Because for now, they are together, that is, they are fighting. And the result, the good result, will be to our favor. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. All right, thank you. Call us now and let's hear you talk. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Hello, good morning, Yamgo.
Good morning to you.
This is Abisa from Bushoki.
Go right ahead, Adisa.
You see, I have another perspective to these issues. I will speak on the housing matter, and I want to speak on Sudan.
Yeah.
You see, do not let us be hypocritical in our submission. And I will appreciate if you like me to make my submission.
Yeah.
We should not be hypocritical. I won't want to speak. I'm speaking liberally. I don't have business with when it comes to Islam or Christianity. I don't have business with that. You see, sometimes when we speak on radio, which of course we know that the general public are listening, we should be able to know that people that are listening are not ignorant. They are also intellectual. So we are not that we don't have that monopoly of information. Look, yesterday, day before yesterday, there were a large protest in New York against Donald Trump's strike on Iran. And that is the fact. And many state capitals are also protesting. Now, I'm not speaking to Iran. I'm only telling you that the tyrant in Washington is overdoing. This was the same way he went ahead to put Maduro, saying he's a terrorist. He's sending a cocaine to the United States. Look, when somebody does see, if a president, look, nobody in the world conclude that, look, America should be the police of the world. No, there was never a time that all the countries sit down together and say, look, whatever the U.S. does is final. So let's be fact and let's be factual about anything we are discussing and let's you. You see, this is how this guy just went ahead to pick Maduro and head of state. And then Donald Trump just said, anytime you want to pick one of the states or kill one of the states, it's free to do so. And that is not how the world runs. Even our God that created us doesn't operate this world in such manner. And now let's come back to the reality. Because when people talk, I go on social media and I listen to so many things. And I see how Nigerians, based on tribe, are reacting to the Iran issue. And this is a problem that we have. And that is why sometimes I look at it when they comment. Sometimes I listen to a radio and I also see some hypocritical decisions or statements from that station about maybe religious bias or something. I don't want to go to that aspect. But look, this is a country, Nigeria, as an example. The Igbo people have been crying for Biafra. The Igbo people have been crying for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. They have been talking about injustice. But then, they always support an injustice in another country. Look, America has nukes. Many countries have nukes. These are countries that are telling other countries not to have nukes. You see, when you want to balance issue, you balance issue based on facts. I'm not here to say that Iran want to bomb Israel or whether this or that or this or that. How many of these people that cry about Israeli, it is Israel and it is this, it is that. Let me make it clear to you. Israel is not as if it's a Christian country. I don't even know most of these people that call themselves Christian in Nigeria. And that is the reality. Donald Trump is talking about
Do you support what Kimani has been doing over the years? That's one. Do you support also the protest in Nigeria that it concerns us so much that we'll be protesting about the killing of Kimani in Iran? Those are the questions.
Let me tell you how Iran operates. Iran is a Shiite nation, and they have members across the globe.
Yeah.
Now, if they protest, it is their member. They are just few elements. These are people. The Muslims are protesting against American strike on Khamenei. No. These are few Shiite members. Which of course, if anybody has any member across the world, you will expect something like that. Let's not be factual and let's be realistic. And that's just the point. I'm not for Shiite or something or whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about fairness globally. You see, look, this Western Europe and then the United States, they want to have this kind of control over the world. And that's the problem we have in our society. You cannot ask something and you tell other guys that, look, you don't have right to have it. No, they were negotiating about these nuclear, whatever they talk about. And all of a sudden, the strike came on board. This is what happened again as at last year when they were negotiating. and all of a sudden the strike came about. The October 7th attack of Hamas to Israel, nobody will tell you that is fine. No, it is wrong. We understand that it is wrong for Hamas to attack, but then we are not looking at the genesis of this issue. This was a country that had an agreement in 1947 over the divide of Palestine and the state of Israel, and up till today, I can't see anybody that is educated, it is exposed, it is civilized, that will be supporting Israel oppression of the Palestinian people. Look, these people have their own land, and you keep colonizing them in this 21st century. And somebody will sit in the studio and saying that, look, what is right is doing it good. And then you say, look, some people are oppressing here in Nigeria. And the reality can let's say the truth. You say Iraq cannot have a missile, but it's stockpiling missiles there. You say Iraq cannot have nukes, but you continue building up your nukes. You say Iraq cannot have this, but you continue building them sanctions. America wants to control everything about the world. And then look, that is not how things work. Even our God, our creator, he has a competitor which is devil. God has power to take over devil, but then God will allow them to control to have some say. So look, let's be realistic and let's not be too hypocritical the way we do our own talk in the studio. It is too much. I listen to your radio a lot, I love your station a lot, but sometimes when people talk, you don't normally caution them, particularly about religious matter. When people talk, you don't normally caution them, particularly about religious matter, which is very sensitive in this country. Look, I love your station, this is why I'm saying this, but on the issue of Iran and Americans with Israel, we are just being too hypocritical. If you claim that the killing of Khamenei brought a lot of protests in Iran, that is not true. Look, I listen to international news very well. In the morning, I hum your station because I believe VOP do a very nice program.
Our talk this morning is a simple question. Why is it that in the northern states, so many people are being killed daily and there's no protest, and one person has been killed, even though it is bad, and these people are protesting? Will it not draw the attention of this? Even if America has a tyrant, will we be comfortable drawing the attention of this tyrant to us to say that we are supporting whatever made him to use his tyrannical ideologies to go to Iran? That's my simple question I'm asking.
No, I get the question.
Yes.
I get the question.
As simple
I
as
told
that.
you I didn't support those that is protesting in the north, and I told you they are just few minority people that are protesting. So I don't think their protest is relevant. That is by the way.
So let's talk about
the housing.
Yes, the housing. Yeah.
Thank you. Let me just speak about the housing. Again, I will still say I'm into construction, and I can tell you for free that when people don't ask information about construction, they will be talking. Let me say that. You see, let me tell you. You see, when you want to build out in Lagos, if you know the bureaucracy that is involved, to get an approval for a two-story building, you will spend not less than 18 to 25 million naira. Let an engineer call in for the state approval. To build just a two-story building, you will spend not less than 18 to 25 million naira to get an approval from the state with different agencies. Like LAPCA, and so on 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 and so on. Even ordinary survey now, the section Lagos State is about 5 million. Ordinary survey now is as high as 1 million naira. Just to do a sometimes just to do a thing. So, you see, when people increase house rent, I understand where they are coming from. But in that human party as well, it is also good. And I want to blame people that they are increasing house rent. How much is government people renting their own, selling their own property? That is one. Two, my father has a property in Lagos State here, in Alaba Day, at my two. My father has a property in Alaba Suru, and also in Alaba International. I can tell you for free that our house is very cheap. That's why we keep renovating it every time we need to do some adjustments on it. So it's true, landlord cannot do the same. The bottom of the matter is that the government agency are not helping matters at all. Somebody is using about 200 and something million to build the house, or using 80 million to build the house, or 100 million, or 70 million, and then you see that government money alone is about 18 to 25 million. That's too bad. So we are not seeing from that angle. Thank you.
No, just don't go, please. I know you have spoken a lot. Are you still with me? Okay, I wanted to find out the rationale behind someone with an old building. So many times they don't even renovate, and they just, like the example doctor gave, because houses in this area are paying XYZ amount, everybody must have to pay the same amount. I don't know the rationale behind that, but anyway, we will just drop it there at this moment. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's reconnect later on and try to see if we can finish what we started now. At 10:30, we'll be back with the concluding part of this program. So thanks for being there.